Hi, I'm Han, pursuing a PhD at the University of Texas at Dallas. In this presentation, I'll talk about enhancing business processes with trustworthiness using blockchain, a goal-oriented approach. In the world of buying and selling apples, suppliers provide a bulk of apples to traders. The traders deliver the apples to retailers. The retailers sell the apples to consumers. However, consumers are buying the apples without knowing the origin and source information, so-called provenance information. What if some of the apples were contaminated? People can get sick. According to the World Health Organization in 2015, around 420,000 people die each year due to food poisoning. In 2018, there was an E. coli outbreak from romaine lettuce. CDC said if you don't know the source of romaine lettuce, don't eat it. Then, how do retailers react when food accidents happen? They request auditing to an audit firm and recall the items. Until the auditing and recalling process are complete, they cannot sell the items. It is a huge waste of money and damage to their reputation. And an audit firm investigates suppliers and traders, which is a very time-consuming and costly process. According to IBM and Walmart, audit firms trace one step at a time, and one lot of one supplier takes 1 day. Then, can blockchain be beneficial to the stakeholders here? What is blockchain? Someone says it is a just buzzword and has no meaning. Someone says it is a disruptive paradigm. What is the definition of blockchain? According to a perspective at UC Berkeley, blockchain is a data structure. On the other hand, according to a perspective at New York University, blockchain is an application for rich changes in corporate governance. We are using blockchain more broadly to address real-world problems instead of just a much lower-level view of a group at UC Berkeley. We are also using blockchain technically deeper than a perspective from NYU. Our learning definition of blockchain is a decentralization platform for information, business logic, and governance to increase transparency, traceability, and immutability, whereby trust among untrusted stakeholders can be enhanced. Can we do without blockchain? Yes. Currently, supply chain systems are working without blockchain, like the example scenario. However, each stakeholder uses an isolated information repository and has governance on their own database. Consumers and retailers are not able to access their information transparently, so it is difficult to trust the information. The use of an isolated information repository causes the auditing process time-consuming and costly. According to IBM and Walmart, they automate collaboration among the stakeholders by using blockchain. They reduce the tracking and tracing time from 4 days to 4 seconds. In this case, consumers can have better trust by tracking the provenance information, and stakeholders can increase trust and efficiency in the sharing information and reduce the time and cost for auditing. These are some other example use cases. Google and Walmart use blockchain for auditing the exchange of sensitive information such as healthcare records. Allianz use blockchain to automate the process. It seems blockchain can be beneficial only if we use it wisely. But how do we adopt blockchain systematically and rationally? Our framework aims to renovate and innovate business processes of the food supply chain by using blockchain towards increasing transparency, traceability, and immutability of food provenance information. And at the same time, trust issues among the stakeholders can be alleviated. Why business processes? Stakeholders in an organization communicate and exchange products and services through the business processes. Also, regulatory compliance and industry benchmark standards such as ISO require that business processes are well documented for quality audits and risk management. So we aim to renovate and innovate business processes using blockchain. However, the problem is that little work seems to be available utilizing blockchain for supporting business process re-engineering. For example, given as-is business processes, how do you rationally consider different types of blockchain for an organization? How do we consider business process alternatives using blockchain? How do we rationally select best one? Best in the sense of increasing transparency, traceability, immutability, and trust. Here is the detail of the related work. Each circle is a representative area of related work. The key technical distinctives of our work lie in the use of blockchain in the context of business process re-engineering and in a goal-oriented manner. Many blockchain articles have been well studied on blockchain data and security analysis. However, there seems a lack of studies describing how to redesign business activities that involve trust-related issues to blockchain-supported business activities. Some proposals on goal-oriented approaches have been made towards re-engineering business processes more rationally. However, trust-related concerns and solutions have not been discussed yet in the goal orientation. In this paper, we go beyond by viewing trustworthiness as a soft goal and refining with a blockchain-specific goal qualification and quantification scheme. Some recent studies also exist on automatically generating blockchain application code such as smart contract or chain code, but here, re-engineered business process models are assumed given as the starting point. Our work is complementary to these recent approaches. Our work can help them find such re-engineered business processes. This helps prevent waste of in time, cost, and efforts for retrofitting business processes only after the fact that the use of blockchain is found out not to achieve or even adversely affect the anticipated goals. So we propose FIDES, a goal-oriented modeling framework to make business processes more trustworthy and automated in a systematic and rational way with more explicit and formal representations. FIDES help redesign as-is business processes that involve trust-related issues to be business processes using blockchain together with template blockchain code. FIDES consists of an ontology and a process of business process re-engineering using blockchain, a reference goal model, an assistant tool, and blockchain template code generator. FIDES ontology captured goal orientation ontology, supply chain ontology, and blockchain ontology. The supply chain ontology is captured from literature. A key factor for maintaining a sustainable food supply chain is a collaboration among agents. The incentive is captured because motivating the agent to have collaborative attitude relies on incentive alignment. Cryptocurrency is captured as an optional way to implement the incentive. FIDES process consists of 3 steps: problem diagnosis, solution exploration, and process reengineering. I'll describe each step in detail. In our running example, we use a reference Apple selling process model and a supplier auditing process model of Walmart. Given as-is business process models, FIDES helps capture problematic business tasks and construct a problem model by using the problem interdependency graph. The problem model is further mapped to business tasks. FIDES helps capture stakeholders, their goals, and operationalizations to achieve the goals. Those are represented in a goal model using the soft goal interdependency graph. The problem model is mapped to the goal model. Then the unsatisfied goals and operationalizations are captured. The business process models, enhanced with problem and goal models, illustrate the rationales of what business tasks need to be mentioned. We further decompose the meaning of the new soft goals. In our example, in order to enhance the trustworthiness of food provenance information, traceability and transparency of the food provenance information need to be enhanced. Each soft goal can be further decomposed. While decomposing the soft goals, we can capture conflicts among the soft goals. In our example, transparency of food provenance information, such as specific quantity and price of contracts, can hurt the confidentiality of business contracts. By capturing the conflicts, FIDES helps reduce waste of cost and time that can be caused by incomplete and wrong system design. Then we captured blockchain-specific soft goals and operationalizations and mapped into the domain-specific soft goals. So for example, stakeholders need to decide whether they need to decentralize the ownership and accessibility of information to the public or consortium. Also, they need to know whether the use of cryptocurrency helps achieve their goals. After that, we explored business process alternatives that achieve the blockchain-specific soft goals. For example, business process alternative 4 uses consortium blockchain with incentives but allows customers to own and access the data. Here, soft goals are acting as criteria for exploring and evaluating business process alternatives. Then, we define weights of soft goals and their contributions to other soft goals. Next, we quantify the goal model and evaluate the trade-offs of the business process alternatives. Lastly, we select the best one, best in the sense of increasing transparency, traceability, immutability, and the trust while alleviating conflict. In step 3, after selecting a business process alternative, FIDES helps construct new business process models by redesigning existing business tasks into blockchain-supported business tasks or adding new blockchain-supported business tasks. The re-engineered business processes are further mapped to the core model. After modeling to-be business processes, FIDES generates template blockchain code. For example, from to-be business process models, the code for a blockchain participant is derived from the role name on the lane on the business process models. The code for blockchain asset is derived from asset object. A business rule to the blockchain asset and blockchain participants are derived from the relationships between asset object and lanes on the business process model. Currently, FIDES generates template code for Ethereum and Hyperledger Fabric. Our evaluation is based on the human confidence level as business process reengineering requires human effort and decision. We interviewed and compared two groups of people in terms of redesigning business processes. One group used FIDES and the other group did not use FIDES. The results showed that the group with the help of FIDES captured more number of evaluation criteria and business process alternatives. This leads to higher confidence level in business process re-engineering than the other group. Switch to validity. As our evaluation can be subjective and incomplete, our evaluation scale seems necessary to be broadened with more number of industry experts. In order to apply our approach to a variety of different business domains directly, we have a lack of reference models guiding ontology, goals, conflicts, and associated solutions. In this talk, I presented FIDES, a framework for utilizing blockchain towards enhancing the trustworthiness of business processes. The main technical contributions of our work are: first, a reference goal model, or a reference ontology, and a reference goal model for using blockchain for a food supply chain in a goal-oriented manner. Second, a rational process to diagnose the problem of a food supply chain business processes, discover a solution, and redesign of the business processes. Third, an assistant tool supporting the FIDES process. Last, a blockchain template code generator from the redesigned business processes. For future work, we are going to develop an ontology for FIDES and a comprehensive meta model for food supply chain and beyond. Full implementation of FIDES tool is underway, and we are planning to experiment our approach with a university and consulting company as well as a variety of other types of applications. Thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Designed. In step 2, we capture new domain-specific soft goals to resolve the unsatisfied goals. In our example, instead of the use of a food certification that has trust issue, we decided to enhance the trustworthiness of food provenance